What's going on, everyone? My name is John. I'm the founder of 40 Over Fashion, and I'm glad that you're here. So listen, how many times have you heard this, or maybe even you've said it yourself, I'm taking time to work on myself? I think we all hear this being thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean to work on yourself? Like, how do you do it? What are you working on? Where do you start? How much time will it take? And when do you know if you're done? And look, I'm not here to BS you into thinking that I have all the answers, but I do have some life experience in this arena, and I would like to give you a few things to think about. So I heard Jordan Peterson say something in a video along the lines of, like, why would you even want to improve yourself in the first place? It's so that you don't suffer any more stupidly than you have to, and that if you don't organize yourself properly, you'll be the one who'll pay for it. And if you're currently unhappy and you say that you don't care about improving yourself, I mean, that's not really true because you do care. And let's face it, if you're in pain because of a certain aspect of your life, you will care about it. But think of it this way. Have you ever been in pain, like physical pain, and you didn't want it to go away? Like, yeah, my life would not be any better if I didn't feel this pain. Of course not. You know, we all know what's bothering us as individuals, and we all know that we should fix it. It's like if your kitchen is a mess and there's dirty dishes piling up in the sink and there's sticky stuff on the countertops and food scraps burnt on the stove, like whatever it might be. Wouldn't you look at that and say, my kitchen's kind of a mess and I don't like it. The first thing I should probably do is wash the dishes in the sink. Then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the stove and then wipe down all the countertops. We're men, we fix things. If the kitchen's a mess, fix it. You can see exactly what it needs. And the same thing goes with yourself. So what about yourself is in need of repair? Start there. Start where you can start. And if you fix, say, 5 things about yourself over the course of a little time, your life will, without question, get a lot better. Another thing that he said was that you see what you aim at. But with that, you need to be really careful what you aim at. And that's a cool analogy because if you're aiming at negativity and all you think about is how shitty your life is, that's all you're gonna see and that's where your life will keep going. But if you start aiming at improvements to your life and what that's gonna feel like and what that's gonna look like once you've made those achievements, it's insane because your life will go in that direction. It'll start shifting in the direction of your habits. All right, let's start breaking this down. So wherever you are right now and whatever circumstance got you there, if you want to make a change, you have to do the work. But here's the thing though, most guys don't want to put in any actual work. I mean, they want to work on themselves like they know they probably should, but they don't put in any actual effort. It's all talk. But look, man, I'm just as guilty of falling off the fitness and diet train as anybody else, and I'm not here trying to say that I'm perfect. In fact, I'm far from it. But let me tell you this, your 40s should be some of the best years of your life. You should still have physical abilities. You should be in a solid career. You can still date women a lot younger than you, and you probably still have the energy to keep up. You know exactly who you are and what you want, and of course, what you don't want, and you have enough life experience to know when and how to stay in your own lane and focus on what's important to you. All right, since this is primarily a style channel, let's talk about that first. So you know that dressing well matters. Even if you think it's bullshit on the surface, deep down, most of you anyway, know that it matters. And look, I've said this over and over in a ton of different videos, but I'm not saying that you have to change who you are or start wearing clothes that don't line up with who you are and what you do. If you're a t-shirt, jeans, and boots guy, start by wearing nicer versions of all of those things. If you're a sport coat, slacks, and loafers guy, wear nicer, more tailored versions of those things. It's the same exact stuff that you've always worn, just wear nicer, better fitting versions of those same things that fit your body better. Every single time I make a video talking about clothing that men over 40 should probably stop wearing, I get a lot of comments saying that clothes don't matter, I can wear whatever I want, I don't care what people think of me, or even that the shoes that I recommend in the video are too feminine. And it's kind of funny, right? Because they saw the thumbnail, they read the title, they watched the video because they were interested, but then they got upset by what I said not to wear because they still wear it. These same guys absolutely care, and I can prove it because if they didn't, they wouldn't have even watched the video in the first place. And this represents a subset of men, not all of them, but a small subset that don't want to put in the work. Okay, the next item is to keep learning new things and developing new skills. Keep adding to your knowledge base. So what interests you? Maybe it's being better at barbecue. Maybe it's growing your side hustle. Maybe it's even astronomy. What's stopping you from learning more about it? And this is exactly why I teamed up with Skillshare, today's video sponsor. And if you have not heard of Skillshare, this is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anybody who wants to learn more, explore their creativity, and learn new skills. And that is exactly what we're talking about in this video. Maybe you're looking to make a pivot in your career or even increase the skills in your current career. Skillshare is a great resource to help you learn new skills that can support your side hustle or even a brand new career move. And the cool benefit of Skillshare is that it's ad-free, so you can watch all your classes with no interruptions. So for me, I'm trying to level up my YouTube channel, and if you haven't noticed, over the last month or so, I've been kind of playing around with different thumbnail designs, trying to make them more engaging. Marcus Brownlee's class, YouTube Success, has been really helpful for me because this guy has an amazing YouTube channel with over 13 million subscribers. So not only that, but you guys probably also know by now that I'm getting a little more and more into wine, and the class Getting Started with Wine by Gary Vaynerchuk was a really good one too because he's got a ton of experience in the wine industry. I'm also trying to improve my cooking skills because that is definitely one of my weaknesses. So I've been watching Think Like a Chef by Kelly Monroe. So listen, Skillshare is doing a really neat promo right now, and the first 1,000 people to use our special link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. There's literally nothing to lose and everything to gain. Just click that first link down in the description and go check it out. Okay, the next area that I want to talk about is anger and resentment. And I'm not going to get super deep into this, but as I'm sure you're all aware, this whole red pill movement is a thing right now, and a lot of men are jumping on the bandwagon, and that's fine if, and only if, it helps you become the man that you want to be, an improved version of yourself, a man who doesn't see the world from a place of anger, rage, and blame, but one who accepts things as they are and lets go of the things that he cannot control. But on the other hand, if you feel yourself becoming a more angry and resentful person, like I see all the time, work on being more aware of that. Because listen, if you start viewing life and your day-to-day situations and relationships from the viewpoint of anger and blame, you've already lost. The other side, whatever it might be, has already won, because if you're coming from a place of anger, you're coming from a place of weakness. You're in control of your own destiny, not anybody else. And we can't control what anybody else does or says. The only thing that you're in control of is yourself and your actions. And you see the angry guys all the time. It's like these same guys who can't seem to control themselves by leaving hate comments on YouTube videos and TikToks. Seriously, let's internalize that for just a minute. So how screwed up must their lives be to spend time watching videos about subjects that they already don't care about, then leaving comments, hateful comments, without any level-headed reasoning for their comment? I really feel bad for these guys. I really do, because we all know their life is in the toilet, and the only way to feel better about themselves is to bring other people down. Happy people, people that are content with themselves, that are working on themselves, don't bother. And let me say this, don't worry about your light shining in somebody else's eyes, because if their light was shining, they wouldn't even see yours. Okay, the next area of improvement that I want to address, because it's becoming a choice more and more men are making, and that's living alone. I made a video all about this recently, and a lot of guys, maybe even you, really seem to resonate with it. But being okay with being alone is a challenge that a lot of guys are facing right now. And if you're not used to it, it can be very isolated and very lonely, especially if you've always had roommates or been in relationships cohabitating for the last 30 years. But I can tell you, that's probably the best time to take time for yourself to recognize and improve the areas of your life that you know need repair. You have to put in the work. So if you're tired of feeling a certain way and it's not adding any real value to your life, fix it. We're men, that's what we do. It's ingrained into your DNA as a man to fix things that are broken. And I, for one, believe in you. It's a process, but I know you can do it. So listen, just one more thing. If you made it this far, please hit that like button and please consider subscribing, because I'm here twice a week. And with that, my friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.